the smile on your face while you're standing on the sideline and backing up and having conversations with your staff and when you're talking to the guys out on the floor. How enjoyable has it been coaching this group from when you got back from Europe and through all of this in these five preseason games?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I felt like even though I was away, I felt like I really knew this group because I was watching, every practice, every game, reviewing it over and over because they made you watch. That's what we say all the time. Make us watch you, make us notice you, and then make us play you, and then make it really tough for us to think about even entertaining not having you on the court. And that all stems from having the right spirit, competitive toughness, and ultimately impacting winning. And they did that this summer. They continued to grind, in the fall, and had a great training camp. And what they have shown as a collective group, as young guys, they've brought us some talent level that we've been able to restock, with our roster. They've given us an exuberance, but they've also found a way as a group to win, to impact winning, to find a way to gut out wins. I don't know what it is. I just know it's something, and I don't want to over-exaggerate it right now. I just, I told them that the head coach enjoys watching them compete, and they compete and play the right way, even when it doesn't always end up going exactly how you want it to. The intention is right, and good things happen if you're in a great headspace like that. And it's just hard to find like a group like that can rally around that, and it's been fun.
With all the talk that's centered around your offense in the preseason, how nice is it that you've had those moments where your defense has been the leading edge, particularly with piling up this boatload of steals throughout the preseason?
Yeah, and that's really what it was in the fourth quarter. You have to credit Memphis. I mean, they were really disruptive too. Like, we couldn't really execute and get into what we wanted to in the half court. I thought that was really good for our young guys to experience that type of pressure and have to execute under duress, but then also understand that the game's played on both ends, and you can do the same thing on the other end, and sometimes make it really tough on them, and it might be ugly, at times. And that was our best offense there in the fourth quarter, is getting really tough, hard-nosed defensive stops that led to some relief points going the other way. That just allowed everybody to catch a breath and get ready for the next skirmish. But that was inspiring to see in the fourth quarter.
Coach, it seems like this was the type of game that you just can't script up for these young guys to have those experiences, to go against the starters of Memphis and to make it a very close game starting out. They got down, then they came back. Just can you talk to about like how the young guys played tonight and how they battled through adversity tonight?
Yeah, they have that competitive toughness. I wish we could all find an analytic, to judge somebody's heart. I think everybody's spending just endless amount of resources to try to figure that out. You just really have to get people in your building and get to know them when they compete, when things don't go their way, to really, find out what they're about. And this group has shown that competitive spirit and toughness, throughout the summer. Those things aren't an accident. If you're able to win, even a summer league championship doesn't mean anything, no, but it means something to us. And then they love this. I'm sure, they wanted the guys, to play. I mentioned it in the shoot around today. I was like, do you want me to call their head coach and say, hey, don't play their guys, or do you want to line up against them? What do you want? And you can imagine what they wanted, and they got that. And but in the fourth quarter, it was young guys against young guys, and that's really what at that point you still have to find a way.
No high made tonight, but we did get to see Nico have a little bit more of effect on offense, and we got to see him out on defense. Can you talk about like what you saw from Nico tonight and what you have seen from him this preseason going into the season?
Yeah, I'm seeing growth. He fills a lot of different gaps for us. And yes, I do have big expectations for him and big demands for him defensively. So a game like tonight was good for him to be able to defend on the perimeter, defend pick and rolls when they would bring him into a screen, closeouts, sprinting back in transition, making multiple efforts, and then also finding a way to do a better job on the glass. And he understands that. He's 6'10", he's big, he's 240. You got to come up with 8, 10 rebounds in the minutes that you had, and those are the extra effort pursuits. But he's getting better at all these things. And it's a daily commitment to developing these habits that ultimately impact winning, not the stuff that people think that it's about. And he's understanding that.
You all have been able to develop some great talents in the past years and finding those diamonds in the rough, right? But what's been special about this specific group of young guys out there?
I think probably what's different about this group is it's been a pack of wolves. That's what's different. We've had like 2 or 3, pretty much every year that stand out. We've had a full group that have stood out and have had their moments, but they travel in a pack. They've really responded well to each other. They root for each other. They push each other. It's iron sharpening iron. That's why they've all gotten better. They've fast-tracked their improvement. They haven't been competitive against each other, which is a fine balance. You're fighting for your professional livelihood, but to do that and root for each other, that's special. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.